Josh the Balloon Guy here. So yesterday, my boys were playing a game where they had to make the sound and actions of a gorilla to win something, and I realized I didn't have a good gorilla. Actually, I don't know that I've ever really had a gorilla. So I spent yesterday on my live workshopping a couple of them, and figured I would go ahead and share them with you. Now, for this first one, it's a one balloon, and honestly, if I'm yeah, I feel like it's a little more difficult than the two balloon gorilla I'm going to show you here in a minute. Um, and for that reason, I'm going to show it in a non-traditional color. Let's go with fashion blue here. And this is just so that you can really see the twist, because if you do it in the traditional black, it is a little harder to see. All right, so we're going to start by blowing up our balloon about, leaving about two hand widths. Okay, so well, yeah, about two hand widths. And there's two different processes in here that make this one, I think, a little more difficult than the two balloon I'm going to show you here in a moment. But we're going to start with a pinch twist. This is about a two bubble pinch twist because it's going to be one of the ears. Okay, and then we're going to come over with a three finger bubble, another pinch twist, back across, matching up, and then a slightly larger bubble, so about a four finger bubble across. All right, and that's going to make our head. Then we're going to go down and we're going to make one of the arms. So I'm going to do a three finger bubble, a small one finger bubble pinch twist, a two finger bubble, a one finger bubble pinch twist, and that pinch twist you want to twist several times. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and do a two finger, three finger bubble there, and we're actually going to end up popping this bubble, and that's part of what makes it very difficult. Okay, and then another one finger bubble pinch twist, and also twist it around several times. Another two finger bubble, one finger bubble pinch twist, and then three finger bubble, and basically we're duplicating back up. Okay, and we're going to go into the opposite ear twist, opposite pinch twist that makes the ear. Okay, and we're going to wrap that around. Then we need everything to center, so we're going to do a centering twist, just like we do on the little monkey that I did. All right, we're going to bring those two together, twist it around a couple of times to center everything, and that's one step that makes it kind of difficult, along with this pop here. And we're going to bring the remainder of the balloon around basically half a rotation so that it's also centered. Okay, and then we're going to come down and do a four finger bubble. Go ahead and do a pinch twist, and then two more. And my balloon got very tight, so I probably put a little too much air in it. Two more three finger bubbles. Okay, and we're going to go into that pinch twist. Like I said, my balloon got very tight. It's okay, there's no more twisting. We're going to go ahead and remove the excess here, and I'm going to carefully pinch that from the end. And then whoop, he's running away. Escape gorilla on the loose. All right, come back over here because I want to make sure that is at least wrapped around very well. Best if you can tie it, but it did get away from me. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and give my head one more turn because I want that larger bubble to be kind of in the front. So even though they were both the same, one of them turned out to be larger. And then we're going to pop that center bubble. Yeah, and this is the scary part. All right, and wrap what you can around the pinch twist. And the wrapping of the pinch twist is what holds them together. Okay, and that is an old school arm splitting technique. But there you have a one balloon gorilla. Like I said, I feel like this one's a little more difficult than the two balloon version I'm fixing to teach you. You can do your marker art here. If you do a darker balloon, of course you're going to need a white. I use the Sharpie creative pens for that. I know Sharpie paint markers, Eddings, there's all kind of white markers out there that are really good. Excuse me. And again, I'm going to use those A-shaped eyes. And one of the things with the gorilla is he needs to have a couple of in shaped nostrils, you know, and then whatever mouth you want to put on him. All right, so I'm gonna set him aside, and I'm gonna grab a black and a gray 260. Okay, we're gonna start with our black. Yes, I had to double check there for a minute. Remember in our brain because, and we're gonna blow it up about halfway, and we're gonna go ahead and blow our gray up. We don't need a whole lot of the gray, so about the size of a dog. Again, we're not going to use all of that. So we're going to start with our black, and we're going to do a small pinch twist, and then a 2 to 3 finger bubble, another small pinch twist, and then a 4 finger bubble. And at this point, we're going to go ahead and tie in our gray. Yes, we're actually going to tie it in behind that bubble. And then we're going to make a head very similar to our penguin from the other day. Okay, and I'm going to do, these are going to end up being about 3 finger bubbles, matching. Okay, and then down the opposite sides, matching again. Up in that gray. Match the black, wrap that in as well. And then between the black and the gray, I'm going to bring the remaining black around and wrap it over. Again, very similar to our penguin head. Okay. And so you see that's creating gray eyes, the black back of the head, the black top of the head. And then we're going to make a petal twist. This is about a 3 finger wide petal twist for the muzzle of the gorilla. Okay. And then I'm going to continue on my gray, and I'm going to do a 2 finger bubble, followed by a 1 finger bubble. I'm going to match the length of those 2 shared bubbles with my black balloon. Then I'm going to put a pinch twist in my black balloon, do a 3 finger bubble down, a 3 finger bubble back up. These are going to be the back legs of the gorilla. And then I'm going to repeat this process in reverse to go back up. So a small 1 finger bubble, and then a 2 finger bubble. I'm going to go ahead and wrap those into the muzzle and the neck. Get them out of the way. Bring the black balloon up again to match. Wrapping it into the muzzle and the neck. And yes, things are getting kind of wonky, but we'll straighten everything out here in just a moment. The gray, we're done with it. We're going to go ahead and tear it off and tie it off. Okay. Tear it and tie it. And then we're going to match the other arm. So, and you can go ahead and kind of reposition things here to make it a little easier to do. But 3 finger bubble, 3 finger bubble. There we go. Pinch twist, 2 finger bubble, and a final pinch twist. And if you have a little bit of that black left over, pinch the end and wrap it real good, or if you can, tie it in to keep it from coming apart. And there we have our 2 balloon gorilla, which again I feel like is a lot simpler, a lot less scary than this guy. And same thing, just going to do some basic marker art. All right, don't forget his nostrils. And I'm going to do a little half smile up the side. And so I feel like I now have a couple of good options for a gorilla. Like I said, when I heard them playing that, I got inspired yesterday and workshopped it, and that's what I came up with. Let me know what you think. keep practicing, and I'll see you next time.